Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Welcome to another instalment of Macro Monday. We've got a Chinese beer, Qingdao. So this has been around in Australia for years. It's one of those beers that quite often you'll see in the supermarkets. I mean, we've got a strong Chinese presence here in Australia, so yeah, I'm not surprised there's probably a lot more out there. I think this beer it's not even rated the most popular in China. I think it's about number 3 or something. The most popular beer we've never actually seen here, which is a bit unusual. Obviously, they just keep it within the country itself. So yeah, welcome in everyone. Who have we got? Thomas, good to see you, bro. Yeah, you got something real good. Cheers, bro. Cheers, Bill. Good to see you, mate. Hello, Daniel. And Juzzy. Yeah, boy. Welcome in, peeps. So, yeah, this is one of those beers I've had quite a few times over the years. Probably would have drank it more when I was younger and didn't have as much money. Actually, back then I probably had more money. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it. It's known as a premium lager, like a lot of these macro beers are. The percentage is a good question. I cannot see it on the bottle anywhere. I think it's 4.5, 4.5, 4.6, something like that. It's got, I can find the standard drinks, but yeah, it's brewed. It's a city in China. It's not one of the major city. Oh, it's probably a major city because let's be honest, China's cities are huge wherever they are. But I think it's one of the cities that's sort of on the coast, and yeah, it's not like the capital and the second or third biggest or anything like that. But yeah, I didn't know they had a heap of different beers. Apparently, like someone was drinking a stout of theirs the other day in Australia. I thought that's pretty unusual. So yeah, let's get into it anyway. I've got a dog behind me that's driving me nuts, so it's hard to concentrate. Alcohol free, non-alcohol. Yeah, for sure. So in Australia here, the main two Chinese beers we get are Qingtao and Buddha. But Buddha, I don't see as much anymore. I used to see it heaps like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It was like a little, the actual bottle's green like this, and it's actually shaped as a Buddha. Um, I can't remember what else was on the actual bottle. It might have said Lucky on it or something, but yeah, that they were the two Chinese beers that you'd always see. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Skunky boy. So yeah, I picked this up at my local supermarket. As I said, it's the sort of beer you'll see in Dan Murphy's superstores here. You'll see in supermarkets occasionally. Oh, hiccups! What's going on? So yeah, I've just knocked off work. on Arvo shift again this week. And yeah, I thought, oh, I've got a couple of these just sitting in the fridge. So macro Monday. And then afterwards, I'm going to do an IPA from a Sydney brewery. So let's get into this one first. Not expecting much, obviously. Yeah. I wish it was only $1. I think I paid $2 per bottle here and still thought that was too much. And that's like dirt cheap in Australia. Okay, I've just got a handle glass. I think it used to be a football team glass and just the logo's faded on it. Come, mate. Ah, fucking dogs. Restless little fuckers. So yeah, last Monday I did like 3 hours overtime. That was unexpected. Tonight I only did about half hour, so it's a lot better. Getting home at a reasonable time. Yeah, for sure. So pours very, very light with hardly any head. Not much carbonation at all, but looks fucking terrible. Straw in colour, can see straight through it. Yeah, the lack of head there worries me slightly. But in saying that, I had two of these on. I had two of them on the weekend anyway, but I only had them just as smasher beers on a panel. So let's go a whiff. There's going to be nothing on the nose. Yeah, it's just like a grainy biscuity malt. Biscuity, maybe slightly bready, but yeah, very grainy. It's probably like a rice addition. You do get a little bit of hop character. It's like, yeah, slightly grassy and yeah, touch of lemon, but very, very faint. It does still smell like it's all right, this beer. It just didn't pour very good. So a lot of international beers now are actually brewed in Australia, but this one's still made in China. Yeah, anyway, let's get into it. That's about all I get really from the nose. Cheers, peeps. And yes, there will be a better beer after this one. Maybe a little touch of skunk. But yeah, it's drinkable. Very grainy malt. Maybe a little sort of peppery note as well from the hops. But yeah, definitely stretching. I reckon it's got like some old school hops in it. It's probably got like Australian barley. Um, China seem to source a lot of that sort of stuff from here for most of their products. And then we pinch all their shit. Yeah. Yeah, the number one beer, I think, in China, I can't think of the name of it, but I just always found it so odd that it's a beer that hardly anyone's heard of, like in other countries, but it's really big over there. So, yeah, like if I ask mates that are into beer mates that are into beer in Australia what Chinese beers they've had, they'd always say Qingdao or Buddha. Or if they were crafties, there may be a few breweries they could reel off, but yeah, even I haven't had many Chinese craft brews. I've only had a couple. I'm glad it was made, let's be honest. It's awesome that you can drink something that makes you feel good. Yeah, work was pretty cruisy tonight. You know how sometimes you have that real exhausting day at work, mentally or physically or both, and you come home and you're just like, oh, beer's gonna be so good, it's gonna hit the spot so much. Whereas tonight, it's just like I didn't even really feel like a beer, but I just thought I'll do a macro Monday because I've got a couple of Qingtaos in the fridge, and yeah, like I want to keep going with the reviews. Old mates popped up to say hello. What's hello in Chinese, buddy? Do you know? Ni hao. I think it's ni hao, isn't it? I think that's their greeting. What a legend. He's all over me now because he got a big feed. I've got a full belly. He looks like a possum. It's so amazing. Like when I first got him, it's this cute as little pup with bright blue eyes. His eyes were full on like the color of my hat, like a bright fucking blue, and I thought that's the awesomest thing ever. And then they completely changed color. But yeah, he was real like standoffish. He was a sort of dog like he seemed playful and like good character. But yeah, like as in if you went up to like give him a cuddle, he'd sort of look at you like get the fuck away from me. And I sort of liked that about him because it's sort of like I don't know, he's testing you out sort of thing. And then yeah, within about 6 months he completely changed and all of a sudden he was like real clingy and yeah, wanting to be cuddled all the time. It's cool how loyal they become. But yeah, I reckon he copied a lot of traits from Angus just because Angus was the original older dog sort of thing. It actually worked in his favour. It made him behave a bit better. Yeah, for sure. He's my little baby. And it won't be long and the poor fella will be by himself. It'll just be me and him. Because this one behind me is 15 years old. I'm surprised he's still going. He's probably listening to me speak now, going, "How dare you talk about me like that? I've still got 5 years left in me." Well, even though this beer is pretty shit, It's going down very easy. But yeah, just not much to it. Grainy, lemon, like earthy, and then like peppery. That's about all I can give. Um, you can tell it drinks around the mark that it is. You can tell it's in that sort of fours range. It's very light bodied. Yeah, as I said, like you could see straight through it. It's yeah, it's just your standard Asian macro, really. They're all pretty similar, a lot of them. But yeah, I definitely prefer when it comes to Asian macros. Like I definitely prefer maybe like a Singer from Thailand or a Sapporo from Japan. Asahi, yeah. What are the Japanese macros? They're sort of a little bit better. I think they put a. It just seems like they put a bit more care into them. Yeah, it's always hard to review a beer like this because there's only so much you can say about them. I'd rather go a Miller than this, but in saying that, I've only ever had like I haven't had a Miller Light. I've only had the sort of bigger version of Miller. That's all we have here in Australia. And then I hear people say Miller Genuine Draft. Miller High Life and Miller Genuine Draft are pretty decent. So, uh, I know the one you mean. Yeah, I can't think of it, dude. Yeah, isn't Miller High Life meant to be one of the better macro beers? Out of all the beer community, like the US boys and that's the beer they all say they prefer the most. Yeah, yeah. No, it's amazing, Bill. I've had probably more, not probably not more, but I've had some more of some of the hyped US breweries than a lot of the US guys have themselves. Yet most of the macros there I've never tried. It's weird. You just don't see much US macro beer in Australia. And then, yeah, because obviously I'm deep in the craft beer community, I get pretty spoilt with some of the real good stuff I see. Just people are always like, I don't know, trying to seek the best stuff. And I've been lucky to be part of a store that where the guys got really good contacts as well. Lion Brewery, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of those regional sort of ones that are meant to be decent. Like yeah, Natty Bow and that like Jenny's Cream Ale and all that sort of shit. People rave about all of them. Yeah, true. I like with Adroit Theory how they have like recommended like music or like food to pair with their beers. It's cool. Yeah, exactly. There's definitely a state. interesting when it comes to the US. It's like, yeah, there's particular states that don't, they've got different laws and they don't tend to trade much with others from the other states and vice versa. And yeah, some of the states, well, some of the places are like, well, fuck it. We'll just send some shit to the UK and Europe instead. Yep. Yep. One thing that pisses me off though is when you get like you'll get a Guinness thinking that it's just your normal Guinness that was brewed in Ireland, and then it'll say like brewed in South Australia. It's like it's not really a Guinness then, is it? No, I reckon Miller is part of it, but I reckon it's a different one. I know we get Miller Genuine Draft here, and we get Miller Chill, the ones that have the like lime or mango or whatever with them. Budweiser, we only get the 5% red one. I've never seen a Bud Light here in Australia. Yeah, Lagunitas are sort of like Sierra Nevada. They come over here and we're going to make a big impact, and then yeah, just disappeared. There's a lot of breweries they think they can make it in Australia real easy, and then they realise how fucked the taxes are here. And you add that on top of distribution, it's a fucking nightmare. They're probably ignorant as well and think that when they come to Australia, we don't have any decent breweries, all we drink is Foster's. Molson Coors, yep. Yeah. See, we get Coors as well. The beer that's got the mountain range on it, and when you put it in the fridge, the mountains change colour to show that it's refrigerated. So yeah, it was all I can say. It was very easy drinking this beer. It barely touched the sides, but in saying that, it could have been anything, and I think it would have been the same. Lagunitas have a stout that's meant to be one of the best value for money beers you can get, and I really want to try it. I'm pretty sure it's a barrel aged stout, and it's really good value. Like people buy cases of it just because it's that good. I just can't think of the fucking name of it. I know Josh from Last Beers had it. And Rod J gets it quite often. Yeah. I can't think of the name of it. Yeah, I think like the FLX boys have drank it. Maybe Bumpy. Pretty sure Matt from Massive Beer Reviews. Yeah, yep. Yeah, for sure. And barley wine, I like their what's it called? Is it Bigfoot? Sierra Nevada have got some good products. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up because I want to try a decent beer. And yeah, it's just one of those beers. It's just sort of hard to talk about. There's just not much going on. But yeah, good to do a Chinese beer, something different on the channel. And yeah, every now and then I bust out the old Macro Monday. It's just good to people sort of want to know what you think of just basic beers as well as craft. And I mean, it's something too that anyone can get. So yeah, score for this one would be like I don't know, maybe like a 2.8 out of 5 or something. Certainly nothing special. But yeah, it's probably not as bad as I'd thought it might be. I mean, I have had it many times before, but just not for a while. I just thought, yeah, when I got it, I thought I'll give it a go, and then I could do a review of it while I got a couple. Willetise, that's it. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely a bucket list beer for me, that one. Like, I'm pretty sure it's barrel aged stout, but it's like real good value for money. Like, it's half the price of most other barrel aged stouts in America. So yeah, boys, come check us out on the next one if you want. I'm going to do a oat cream IPA by Sunday Road Brewing, and I think with Sunday Road, this will be the first beer I've actually reviewed on the channel. I have been to the brewery about 2 years ago, but yeah, this channel's only been going for a year, so yeah, they're a pretty good brewery in Sydney. They're in a coastal area down south of the city, so it's one of those places most people that would go there would be local to that area. But yeah, it's cool because the actual coastal town that it's near is Cronulla, and they've called the beer Cronulla Fornication. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And then it's got a Aussie version of Duchovny or Hank, as he's called in the TV show. So yeah, pretty cool. It's got season 3, so they've obviously done a few of them. But yeah, I'll get into that one shortly. Looking forward to it because yeah, as I said, they were a brewery I was impressed by when I went and visited. So yeah, same with Kingfisher with Indian food. That's one I got a review as well. Kingfisher. Yep. So yeah, cheers, boys, and anyone else is watching. Cheers. Thanks for chiming in. Hit the old like button if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll be back in about probably I'll start her up straight away, I reckon. So a couple of minutes. Cheers all. See you shortly.